Imagine walking into any room and instantly connecting with people. Imagine having the kind of influence that opens doors, wins trust, and turns strangers into lifelong allies. Does it sound impossible? It's not. Dale Carnegie revealed the timeless psychology behind this power in one of the most influential books ever written, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Book remains a blueprint for emotional intelligence and human connection. Whether you're a student, entrepreneur, or parent, these principles work because human nature hasn't changed. People still crave appreciation, respect, and understanding, and if you can give them that, you can influence anyone without manipulation. We're breaking down 10 lessons that can completely change the way you deal with people, at work, in business, and in life. Stick with me till the end, because lesson number 10 is the one even the most successful people often forget. Yet it's the secret to becoming truly unforgettable. Hi, if you are new here, you are welcome to Book Wisdom Unlocked. This is a space where we share wisdom and insight from the grayest books so that we can become the best version of ourselves and high-value people through reading and implementing what we learned from the books. Please click the subscribe button. Subscribing is free. It will really help the channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. We really appreciate it. If you know someone that will learn one or two things from this channel, please share. So let's unlock different ways to help you win people's hearts and build influence the genuine way. Lesson 1. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Carnegie starts with a truth we often ignore, which is criticism kills relationships. When you criticize someone, you're attacking their pride and sense of importance, and that only creates resentment, not change. Instead of saying, "You're wrong," say, "I might be mistaken." Let's look at it together. A good example is when Abraham Lincoln wrote angry letters to his generals, but never sent them. He knew venting doesn't solve, understanding does. Takeaway: people don't grow through blame. They grow through encouragement. Lesson 2. Give honest and sincere appreciation. The deepest urge in human nature, Carnegie said, is the desire to be important. Everyone, from your boss to your colleagues and friends, wants to feel seen and valued. When you sincerely appreciate people, you're not flattering them. You're recognizing their worth. A good example is Mary Kay Ash built a billion-dollar empire by following one rule: make everyone she met feel like they were the most important person in the world. Takeaway: never underestimate the power of 2 words. Thank you, said sincerely, they can change someone's day, or even their life. Lesson 3. Show people how your ideas benefit them. Carnegie teaches that you can't force people to do anything. At least, not willingly. True influence doesn't come from pressure, authority, or manipulation. It comes from understanding what others truly desire and aligning your goals with theirs. Instead of thinking, "How can I get this person to do what I want?" think, "What does this person really want? And how can I help them get it?" When you do this, people naturally become open to your ideas, cooperate with you, and even support your goals because they feel seen, respected, and valued. Influence starts when you stop thinking about what you want and start focusing on what they want. Carnegie said, the only way to influence people is to talk about what they want and show them how to get it. That means stop talking about your needs, your product, your plan, your problem. Start talking about theirs, their dreams, fears, or desires. When someone sees that your idea helps them, they'll want to follow it. A very good example. Let's say you want your child to study more. If you say, "You need to study or you'll fail," that's about you, your worry, your rules. But if you say, "You said you wanted to be a game designer one day. Studying math and coding will help you create your own games." Now it's about their dream, not your demand. And suddenly, they're motivated. Takeaway: frame your message around the other person's desires. That's how persuasion really works. People aren't motivated by your desires, they're motivated by their own. Influence happens when you Step into their shoes, understand their desires, frame your ideas in terms of what benefits them. Lesson 4. Become genuinely interested in other people. Want people to like you instantly? Be genuinely curious about them. Carnegie says that one of the quickest ways to build influence and win people over is simple. Show genuine interest in them. Most people go through life focused on themselves, their goals, their problems, their image. But the truth is, everyone wants to feel important and valued. When you sincerely show curiosity about others, their stories, dreams, and struggles, you make them feel seen and respected. And people never forget how you make them feel. It's not about pretending to care to get something in return. It's about developing a genuine curiosity about others. What makes them happy? What matters to them? What challenges they face? Because when your interest is real, it shows through your tone, your body language, and your words. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. At a social event, instead of trying to impress others by talking about your achievements, say, "That's fascinating. How did you get into that field?" Or, "What's something you're most proud of in your work?" When people talk about themselves, they feel good, and they associate that positive feeling with you. Or, "What inspired you to start that?" Instead of, "What do you do?" Example: Carnegie himself once attended a dinner where he barely spoke. He just listened and asked questions. The host later said, "Carnegie, you're the most interesting conversationalist I've ever met." Takeaway: people don't remember what you said. They remember how you made them feel. Show real interest, and they'll never forget you. Lesson 5. Smile. A smile is a universal welcome. It says, "I like you. I'm glad to see you." Science backs this up. Smiling releases endorphins, reduces stress, and makes others feel safe. Takeaway: you don't need words to make an impact. Sometimes, your smile is enough to open doors that logic can't. Lesson 6. Remember that a person's name is, to that person, the sweetest sound. People love hearing their own name. It's tied to their identity. Carnegie said, "A person's name is the sweetest and most important sound in any language." A good example is the former U.S. President Bill Clinton was famous for remembering thousands of names and using them. That personal touch made people feel truly valued. Takeaway: use people's names in conversation. It's a small gesture that builds massive connection. Lesson 7. Be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. Everyone wants to be heard. Listening, and truly listening, is one of the rarest skills today. Carnegie said, "To be interesting, you have to be interested." A good example is Oprah Winfrey built her entire career on this principle by listening deeply, without judgment. Takeaway: when you listen more, you learn more, and people will open doors for you that force never could. If you are acquiring value, take a second and hit the subscribe button. I am waiting. Okay, let's continue. Lesson 8. Let the other person feel that the idea is theirs. The best leaders don't impose ideas. They inspire others to take ownership. If people feel the idea came from them, they'll fight to defend it. A good example is that Thomas Edison often said, "I never had a great idea alone. I simply asked great questions." Takeaway: give people ownership of solutions, and you'll earn loyalty, not resistance. Lesson 9. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. If you want to capture attention, talk about what the other person cares about. A young journalist once tried to interview Carnegie. He didn't start with questions about the book. He began with, Mr. Carnegie, I heard you love dogs. The interview lasted 2 hours. Takeaway: speak to people's passions, not your agenda. Lesson 10. Make the other person feel important. And do it sincerely. At the heart of every principle is one golden rule: make people feel valued. When you uplift others sincerely, influence becomes effortless. A good example is, in business, Richard Branson writes personal thank you notes to employees because he knows appreciation builds culture. Takeaway: influence isn't about control. It's about connection. So here's the truth. Success isn't just about IQ, strategy, or money. It's about how well you connect with people. If you master these 2 or 3 lessons from Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, you'll gain something far more valuable than followers. You'll gain genuine respect, influence, and trust. Click the like button, drop a comment with the lesson that resonated most with you, and subscribe for more book insights that can transform your mindset, finance, relationships, and future. See you in the next video, where we'll unlock more wisdom from timeless books that can change your life forever. Thanks for listening,